Okay, great. So welcome everyone. My name is Mehmet and I am from Oxford Vision. Today, I will be explaining to you how to study in the UK, the procedures and the entry requirements and the options you have regarding the programs in the UK. I will be speaking entirely English, but Mr. Ilyas will be here to translate if in case you have difficulties understanding English. So when I will be speaking, I will be pausing and Mr. Ilyas will start translating into Russian. Yes. You can translate if you want, Mr. Ilyas.
Так, сейчас мы начинаем презентацию. Представитель будет говорить на английском, а на русском я буду делать перевод, получается.
Great.
Start.
So let me start with Oxford Vision. Oxford Vision is an international education consultancy with 20 years of experience. It was founded nearly in 2003, and since that it has helped over 1,000 students to study in the UK. So we have a very wide range of sources in our hands and high experience in terms of international education in the UK.
Oxford Vision является, получается, занимается образовательными услугами, помогает поступать в Великобританию. Уже более 20 лет работает на этом рынке, и более 1000 студентов уже поступили с помощью Oxford Vision.
Great. So how do we operate? How many partners we have and how many partner organizations we have, you can clearly see on the map. We have over 100 partners all around the world who we send students to and who send students to us. So also Kazakhstan is a place where we have so many partners. That's why today I would like to thank you, Nova Education, for hosting this event and for inviting us.
Oxford Vision имеет очень много партнеров по миру, вы по карте можете видеть. Казахстан тоже как бы является партнером Oxford Vision. И есть школы, организации, университеты по миру, которые сотрудничают с Oxford Vision.
Great. So now I will be talking about how does Oxford Vision help international students. We do help in several topics, but today I will be entirely speaking on university programs. I'm sure the majority of the students attending today are currently studying a high school, and if they're studying high school, they are highly interested in university entrance. That's why my today's presentation is entirely about university entrance.
Ну, получается, Oxford Vision помогает международным студентам, обычно помогает тем, кто заканчивает школу и вот собирается поступать на бакалавриат.
That's great. So generally the students ask, why should I study in the UK? Because they have different options around the world as well. But why should they pick UK? UK is one of the world's most popular destinations when it comes to university selections. Over 500,000 students are coming to UK every year to study university. When you check the global rankings, UK universities have very high rankings, and you can see that in top 10, top 100, top 1000, there are many, many UK universities, and this shows how good the education system is. And also, after you finish your program in the UK, the diploma that you get from the UK is recognized from everyone in the world. That's why you have higher chances of getting a better job and is recognized around the world.
Так, то есть люди задают, если вы задаетесь вопросом, почему поступать именно в Великобританию, то первое – это Первое, это то, что более 500 тысяч студентов каждый год международных поступают в Великобританию, и университеты Великобритании обычно занимают начальные места в рейтингах по миру. А также дипломы великобританских университетов ценятся по всему миру работодателями, и как бы большими компаниями. То есть с трудоустройством у вас не будет проблем.
Great. When it comes to universities, I'm sure all the students have researched and have listened and have heard about a specific university in the UK. We, as Oxford Vision, we have connections with over 100 universities in the UK. That's why whatever university you are actually aiming to get into, we are more than happy to help. So these kind of universities, last sentence. The list of universities include top-ranked universities like Brunel, Queen Mary, Durham University, Edinburgh, Glasgow University, Loughborough University, Portsmouth University. All these universities are high-ranked universities, and we have agreements with them, and we can help you students register yourself in these universities.
Oxford Vision сотрудничает, получается, с очень многими университетами по Великобритании. Более 100 университетов, получается, вы можете поступить более 100 университетов с помощью Oxford Vision. Здесь вы можете видеть некоторые из них, получается, Ньюкасл University, University of Exeter и так далее.
Great. The pictures that you see here are not the only universities that you can get into. We have put these pictures of the universities just for examples. As I said, we have connections with more than 100 universities, and these pictures are only examples.
То есть эти университеты — это просто примеры, а вообще Oxford Vision сотрудничает с более 100 университетами по Великобритании. Continue.
Okay, so another question that the students ask is, what can I study in the UK? So if you decide to study in the UK, you have a very wide options of programs. Universities offer nearly 50,000 different programs in 25 different subject areas.
То есть в Великобритании более 50 тысяч программ в 25 сферах, получается. Можете очень много программ по разным специальностям.
So if a student, for example, wants to study something that is related with business, but also has an interest in law, this doesn't mean that the student should decide either business or law. There is a program that combines business and law together in the same degree. That's why for every kind of interest that the students have, there is an appropriate program that is delivered by the university.
То есть в университетах очень много разных программ. Если вы, допустим, вас интересует бизнес и юриспруденция, вы можете выбирать комбинированные специальности. То есть очень много вариантов по интересу, смотря что вам нужно и что вас интересует.
Another advantage of UK is also the fact that if you study in the UK, the program will be shorter than USA or Canada. In USA and Canada, the bachelor's degree is 4 years, whereas in UK, the bachelor's degree is 3 years. So you will have 1 year advantage compared to the students who will study in the USA, which means you have to pay less tuition fees, less accommodation fees, and you will start working 1 year early.
Особенностью университетов Великобритании является то, что там идет обучение 3 года. Вместо 4, как, например, в Америке или в Канаде и других странах. За счет этого студенты раньше устраиваются на работу, а также они, получается, экономят 1 год и не платят за учебу, получается, 1 год. Экономят деньги.
Great. So now we'll be speaking about some program options that the universities in the UK offer. The first program that they offer is the foundation program. What is a foundation program? Foundation program is a program that is specifically tailored for the students who do not have enough English level or academic level. For example, Kazakhstan is a country where the total years of education is 11 years. And in the UK, this total is 13 years. So there is 2 years of difference. That's why the majority of universities will ask for Kazakh students to do 1 year of foundation. This foundation program means that the students will prepare academically to the degree that they want to study, and also they will improve their English while studying academic level.
Получается, есть разные программы, по которым можете поступать в университеты. Первая программа – это Foundation. Foundation, получается, для обычно на Foundation поступают те, у кого обучение меньше, чем 13 лет идет. Получается, у нас обычно в школах или 11, или 12 лет. Так как в Великобритании 13 лет, то есть они вам дают дополнительное время, как Foundation, чтобы, получается, улучшить свой английский и подготовиться к университету, к бакалавриату самому.
Types of foundation degrees differ from the subject that you want to study. If you want to study law, for example, you will have to study law foundation. If you want to study business, you have to go to business foundation. So every foundation is different depending on what subject you want to study. The list here is actually example because the list goes very wide. So you have more options available. I have only put 6 as example, but this doesn't mean there's only 6 degrees of foundation. There is even more. So, and this tuition fee is just example. So whenever you're interested in a program, if you get in touch with Nova Education or us, we'll be more than happy to provide you with the up-to-date information.
На Foundation, получается, вы можете поступать на разные программы, бизнес, вот здесь, которые написаны, психология, инженерия и так далее. Ну, это только некоторые, которые написаны. И вот эта цена, которая стоит за обучение в год, она может варьироваться от университета и от программы, в которую вы подаете. Для дальнейшего, то есть, если вы хотите поступать, то уже должны связаться с Oxford Vision и обсудить насчет цены и программы, на которую хотите поступать.
Great. There is also another type of foundation, which is specifically for students who want to become doctors or pharmacists or dentists. And this is called medical foundation. It's a bit different than normal foundation because this medical foundation has a couple of more steps, because studying medicine or dentistry or nursing is a bit harder than studying other programs. That's why this medical foundation is slightly different foundation than the previous one. It has a couple of more layers of exams, but it is also possible if you want to become a doctor or nurse to study medical foundation and start your bachelor's degree.
Для студентов, которые планируют поступать в планируют поступить в медицинскую специальность, для них тоже есть Foundation в зависимости от специализации, на которую они хотят. То есть медицина, фармацевтика, стоматология и так далее. И после того, как они закончат Foundation, уже могут поступать на бакалавриат и дальше продолжать свое обучение.
It's great. Some universities, even though in Kazakhstan you finish 11 years and you still have a couple of years, there's gap. But some universities still may accept the students to start their undergraduate degree, so their bachelor's degree directly without foundation. So when it comes to starting directly, we have two options. The first option is International Year One. So International Year One is a program where the student starts the program directly from the first year, but will have some additional English courses to improve English, and will have some academic level subjects to improve their academic level. But they will still study the first year, and when they finish that year, they can progress into the second year of university.
То есть, если вы, ну, некоторые университеты могут принимать сразу на первый год обучения, без foundation. Но из-за того, что есть разница в годах обучения, в Великобритании, например, 13 или 12 лет, в Казахстане 11-12, чтобы заполнить вот этот промежуток, в первом году у вас могут быть дополнительные курсы по английскому языку и по другим урокам, зависимо от вашей специальности.
Great. So if the student has great academic level and great English level, there is no need for the student to waste time on foundation, and there is no need for the student to do International Year One. The student can directly start bachelor's degree without any additional academic subjects or additional English subjects. They can start the bachelor's degree in the university straight away and do all the modules that the university is offering. But this is advised only for the students who have a very good level of English and a very good level of academic skills.
То есть, если у вас очень хороший уровень английского языка и академических знаний, то есть вы можете сразу поступать прямой на бакалавриат и обучаться, как и все другие студенты, то есть без дополнительных курсов сразу начинаете обучение в бакалавриате. Только это для студентов, у которых действительно хороший уровень английского, которые могут продолжать свою учебу без особых проблем.
Great. As I said, the fees here and the options here are just examples. If you have any program that you want to study that is not here, still get in touch with Nova Education or with us. We can provide the information that you want for you.
То есть программы, которые здесь стоят, это не все, это просто примеры если хотите подробнее узнать о цене или доступных программах, можете обратиться прямой к Oxford Vision или через Nova Education.
So now I will be talking about what are the entry requirements that is needed in order to get accepted to the programs that we previously discussed. So I will be focusing on foundation program, International Year One program, and bachelor's direct entry program.
Сейчас будем говорить о вступительных требованиях, какие нужны требования, какие нужны экзамены сдавать и так далее для поступления на foundation и на бакалавриат, соответственно.
Great. So let's say the students have graduated from Kazakhstan with a high school diploma, which is 11 years of education. The majority of the universities will ask Kazakh students to study a foundation program in the subject that they want to study. If they want to do that, there are several important academic levels that they should achieve. First of all, these are only examples because it depends from university to university, but they should have a diploma of completed secondary education with grades 3 and above. And when it comes to English level, they should have an IELTS UKVI 4.5 and above with components 4.0 and above. These are the minimum requirements that they should have.
Казахстанским студентам, которые обучаются 11 лет, советуют поступать именно на foundation, так как ранее говорили, что на бакалавриат обычно поступают те, у которых обучение 12 или 13 лет. А требования для фаундейшена – это 11-летнее обучение закончить, и чтобы, получается, в аттестате оценки были больше 3, и сдать IELTS 4,5 или больше. И по каждой секции баллы должны быть больше 4. 4 или больше.
Great. If the student has a better academic level and some students can be accepted even though they have 11 years of education, there is still possibility to register for International Year 1 program. Generally, International Year 1 program asks for 12 years of education and a high school diploma. But Kazakh students, even though they have finished 11 years of education, they still have the possibility to get accepted to International Year 1 without doing the foundation program at all. But this is not guaranteed, and it depends from university to university. And regarding the English level, they should have a minimum UKV academic score of 5.5 plus, and all components should be, again, 5.5 and above. And when it comes to GPA, they should have a complete secondary education with minimum grade average of 4.
Даже при 11-летнем обучении у казахстанских студентов есть шанс поступить на International Year One Program, о котором мы говорили ранее. Ну, обычно это программа для тех, у которых 12-летнее обучение. Здесь требования следующие. Это IELTS 5,5 или больше, и по каждой секции тоже 5,5 или больше. А также аттестат с оценками 4, со средней оценки 4 или больше.
If the student has a better English level and better academic level, then the student has always the possibility to get accepted into bachelor's program directly. So this bachelor's program requires still a high school diploma, definitely. It's not enough if you haven't completed your high school. And it requires an IELTS UKVI academic of 6.0 and in all components 5.5 plus. These are the minimum requirements. If, for example, you're asking for a specific course like medicine, the university will not accept you with 6.0. That program requires a higher level of English. But I'm saying minimum 6.0 is required by the universities. But depending on the program, some courses may require higher level of IELTS.
Также вы можете напрямую поступить на бакалавриат. Для бакалавриата нужен IELTS 6 или больше, и в каждом компоненте 5,5 или больше. Это получается минимум. А остальные требования они будут зависеть уже от университета, в который вы собираетесь поступать.
Right. So what documents do you need in order to apply to university? This applies to the majority of the programs, but some programs may require a bit more, a bit less. It depends on the university. But still, you need a high school diploma. You need a high school transcript. You need a CV where it implies all your education background, professional background, and your personal details. You need a personal statement where you write, why do you want to study in the UK? Why do you want to study the program that you will be applying to? Why do you want to study in the university that you will be applying to? What do you want to become in the future? Why are you studying that program? And etc. and etc. We will help with the personal statement. You don't have to stress about it. And then you should have 2 references from your teachers. You should have your passport picture sent to us and IELTS UKVI exam.
Для поступления вам нужен, получается, аттестат и табеля от школы, а также свое резюме и personal statement эссе, то есть почему вы хотите поступить в этот университет и так далее. Вы должны ответить на эти вопросы и, соответственно, написать эссе. С эссе вам поможет сам Oxford Vision, так что вам не стоит насчет этого сильно беспокоиться. Также вам нужно 2 рекомендательных письма, паспорт и результаты IELTS.
Great. These are the normal documents that are requested by the universities. But if you haven't graduated, for example, you want to start your application now, but you haven't finished high school, you can still start your application. All you need to do is you need to get a letter from the school saying that you will graduate in the end of the year and your transcript up to the grades that you have taken until now. These two are enough to start the application alongside your passport, CV, etc. Some universities, for example, you want to study architecture. Some university will ask you to have a portfolio, so a folder with all the drawings you have done. And you don't need to have IELTS UK VI to start the application, but the university will ask you to send this exam later on.
Даже если вы не закончили еще школу, все еще обучаетесь, можете уже подавать свои документы, и результаты также IELTS можно тоже подать чуть позже.
So what is the application process? There are 3 main steps when it comes to application process. The first step is to make the online application. So together, the student, we and Nova Education will prepare the necessary document that is needed for the application. I just mentioned in my previous slide which documents that you need to prepare. And these documents, when they are ready, we will all submit the online application together to the universities that we will agree together with the student.
Для поступления вам нужно, получается, отправить онлайн аппликацию. В этом вам поможет Nova Education и Oxford Vision при отправке документов.
After we submit the application, we have to wait for the university's response. There are 3 different ways that the university can respond to a student. The university can either send a conditional offer, which means that the student is accepted, but needs to send extra documents, like, for example, IELTS UK VI exam.
Так, университет может дать вам условное поступление, если у вас, например, вы еще IELTS не сдали, вам могут сказать, что вы уже поступили, и позже нам отправили свой результат IELTS. И после этого вам придет уже официальное письмо о том, что вы полностью выполнили все условия и поступили.
Next, if the university doesn't send conditional offer, the university can send unconditional offer, which means that the university has accepted 100% the student without requesting anything extra. So the student can start paying for the university now.
Также могут быть, то есть сразу прямое поступление, без никаких условий. Вам придет письмо о том, что вы поступили, и получается все.
Or the third option is that the university may reject the student if the student doesn't meet the entry requirement for the university.
Ну или третий вариант, вы можете получить отказ от университета.
We will not be able to go to step 3 without getting the unconditional offer. If you get the conditional offer, you should get the extra documents and send it to the university in order to get unconditional offer. And without getting unconditional offer, we cannot go to step 3.
То есть после того, как вы полностью поступили в университет, начинается процесс подачи на визу и оплаты.
If the student gets unconditional offer, Then we can progress to the step 3, which is the payment and the visa process. The payment can be done in 2 ways. Either student can pay the deposit, which depends on the university, or the student can pay the full fee of the university. And after processing the payment, the student needs to send the bank documents for visa. And after these bank documents, the university will issue a letter called CAS, C-A-S. And this letter will be used to apply for visa.
После того, как вы поступили, вы должны сделать или полную оплату, или отправить частичную сумму, которую нужно. После этого университет вам подтвердит документ о том, что можно подавать уже на визу. И дальше пройдет процесс подачи на визу уже после.
Great. And after the visa application is made, we have to wait for the visa result. And if you get the visa successfully, you can travel to the UK and start your course.
И если, то есть, вам одобрят визу, можете уже начать свое обучение в Великобритании.
Great. We, apart from the foundation and year 1 courses, we also offer visa consultancy, which means we will help you with all the visa procedure and what kind of documents do you need for visa.
Университет поможет вам с подачей на визу и со всеми процессами при поступлении. Точнее, Oxford Vision, соответственно, поможет вам в поступлении.
There are 3 main visas that we currently help for the students. Is either short-term study visa, is either Tier 4 study road visa, or the tourist visa.
Есть 3 варианта визы, получается, это учебная виза, туристическая виза и виза для, то есть, для короткого обучения, короткого пребывания в Англии.
So thank you for listening to us. This was our presentation. You can find our contact details as written on the presentation. And you can contact Nova Education directly, or you can also use these contact details to reach us. This will be all from me today, and we can progress to question and answer section.
Дальше можем переходить к вопросам и ответам.
So yes, we can go to question and answer section. Okay. So the first question is, what opportunities does Oxford Vision give? Would you help with all the application process from the beginning until the end? So starting from, we will start discussing with what kind of program you want to study and what university you're going to study, and starting the application, preparing the documents, making the application until you get your visa. So we do help with all the process with this. The amount that you have to pay every year, it depends on the university. So it's hard for me to say a specific amount now, because it's not fair and all programs and universities have different fees. So if you're interested in learning which program costs how much, you can always get in touch with us and we'll be more than happy to provide the answer for it. What about the accommodation? Some universities do help with accommodation because they have their own accommodation. After you have gotten the unconditional offer, we can tell the university that you want to book the accommodation from the university, and the university will help you start this and we'll give you an accommodation in its own campus. But if you don't want to stay in university accommodation, we can also help you with private accommodation and student residences. So with accommodation, if you want assistance, you can always tell us, we can help you with the accommodation as well. The majority of the questions are in Russian, so.
There's a question. What is the tuition fee for the finance program?
As I said, finance program, nearly all universities offer, but I can tell that the universities start from £11,000 per year, and it goes all the way up in depending on the university that you will be applying. But still, don't take this for granted. Please get in touch with us privately before you want specific information, and we can give you that information. Any other questions?
То есть may students work during their studies?
Yes, when you get your student visa, you will have the opportunity to work 20 hours a week. So in your visa, you will have the right to work.
Вы можете работать 20 часов в неделю параллельно с учебой.
And when it comes to scholarships, many universities have got their own scholarships. We will help you apply for the scholarships as well.
В некоторых университетах есть гранты, и на гранты тоже будут помогать на гранты.
One of the students is asking, will there be an internal exam? Some universities, I'm assuming you're asking about English, some universities do their own English exam online. So if you don't have IELTS, and let's say because of virus, your IELTS centers are closed, then the universities are doing their own English test online via Skype or online via other platforms. So this is another option as well.
What is the average scholarship that UK universities offer?
The UK universities generally offer up to 20% scholarships, and this depends on the program. But there are very, very specific scholarships that go above, but this is really specific, and we need to discuss in private.
Вы можете получить 20% или больше скидку от университета на обучение.
So the rest of the questions are all Russian, so if you can translate to me, Mr., I can answer them.
What about IELTS? Is there a difference between academic IELTS and UKV?
Okay, IELTS Academic and IELTS UKVI are exactly the same exam, but IELTS UKVI is an exam that is monitored with cameras. And if you want to study foundation or international year one, the universities will only accept IELTS UKVI and not IELTS Academic, mainly. So I will always suggest you to do IELTS UKVI and not IELTS Academic.
То есть лучше, если вы хотите поступить в Англию, лучше сдавать IELTS UKV, так как многие университеты требуют именно этот IELTS.
Yes, any other questions?
There's a question why it is so expensive.
Normally, UK universities are cheaper than Canada and USA, because in Canada and USA, the per year fees are $25,000. And even if they give scholarship, it's not very cheap. But in the UK, you study 1 year less. So you don't study 4 years, you study 3 years. And the fees can go below up to £10,000 per year if you get a scholarship, etc. And in total, it will cost less than USA and Canada. And the universities do allow you to pay by installments. So you don't have to pay £10,000 altogether. You can pay one part when you're in Kazakhstan, and the rest you can pay when you start your program. There are so many students who pay a little when they're in their own countries. And when they come to the UK, they start working and they start paying the university fees after they earn from work.
То есть суммарное обучение вы, получается, платите за 3 года, и из-за этого общая цена может быть меньше, чем в других странах, так как там обучение уже 4 года, и вы можете больше потратить.
There is a question saying, do you have MCAT for medical school test prep courses? When you enter the foundation program for medical, as you remember, I have explained there is a different foundation program for students who want to get into medical school. They do prepare you for the clinical aptitude test, which is the test that you mentioned.
There's a question, what we should write in motivational letter. I think it's about personal statement.
Yes, personal statement. You should write the personal statement after you decide which program that you're going to study and which university you're going to study. And after deciding, you should talk about yourself. For example, who are you? Talk about your personal details. What do you like? What are your hobbies, and etc. And then you should start writing, why do you want to study, for example, finance? If you want to study finance, why do you want to study finance? Why do you want to study in that university that you have decided? And why, for example, you want to study in London? Why do you want to study in London? When you graduate, what are you planning to do with your career? You should explain your career options as well. So you should write about your past education, present, and what's your future plan. We will help you with the personal statement. It's no problem at all. We will help you make sure that your personal statement is acceptable by the universities.
То есть personal statement вы должны писать о себе, о своих интересах, хобби и о том, почему вы выбрали именно эту программу, этот университет, и вот ответить на вот эти вопросы. Personal statement.
Okay, any other questions? If you can translate the Russian questions, I can answer that as well.
For applying, should be your age should be more than 18, or doesn't matter?
For foundation programs, normally you need to be 17 for foundation. So you can apply to foundation programs when you're 17. You don't need to be 18 to study in those programs. But the majority of bachelors, I'm sure the majority of Kazakh students will go for foundation because of the gap. So 17 is the age that you should aim.
То есть на foundation вы можете поступать уже с 17 лет.
I think I saw another question regarding the payment. Oxford Vision doesn't take anything from the students, so all the service is entirely free. So there is no need to pay anything to Oxford Vision. You only have to pay to the university.
There is a question. May I apply if I don't know English?
If you don't know English, we can help you with language schools that there are no academic programs, they're only language schools. You can come and study for maybe 6 months and improve your English, then you can start your academic program.
То есть, если не знаете английский язык, можете поступить в языковую школу и уже после этого подавать в университеты. Обучение в языковой школе обычно длится полгода или год.
Any other? Do you collaborate
Is
with
there,
universities? Yes, we do have partnership with Russell Group universities as well.
is there any entrance requirements for university, for applying to university?
Yes, there are entry requirements, and the main entry requirement is your English level and your academic grades. So you should finish your high school diploma, and also you should get enough IELTS score in order to start your program in the UK. But if your IELTS score is lower than expected, there's always a possibility to start your program with a little bit of English and then start your program. Can you give me advice, a medicine faculty, or rather a pharmaceutical technologist? When it comes to medicine faculty, there are good medical faculties in the UK. When it comes to university suggestions, it's hard for me to just say university suggestion now without knowing your background. But if you're interested in talking that, we can speak in a private session.
Which program do you have? I think it's about majors. Or,
I didn't understand.
Which professions and specialization we can choose at the university?
Okay, the UK university, as I explained in the beginning, there are more than 50,000 different programs. So you can choose business, finance, economics, accounting and finance, mechanical engineering, electric engineering, airplane engineering, law, psychology, criminology, then medicine, dentistry, pharmacology, biomedical science, you can say English and literature, history, geography. There are so many programs that I can just list endless amount of programs that you can study in the UK, and there is always a university that offers these programs.
То есть достаточно много программ, мы до этого говорили. Можете уже связаться с Oxford Vision насчет того, какие программы есть и сколько стоит обучение в университетах. There's a question, will you help to apply for a master's degree?
Master's degree. If you finish your bachelor's degree, you can apply to a master's degree. Normally, the IELTS requirement is a bit higher in master's because it's a bit, it's a one level above. But still, you can apply to master's degree. We can help you with applying to master's degree as well. Everything that we spoke about today that is related to university bachelor's, the same thing applies to master's as well.
If you will work, or if you will work during the studies, how what amount of money you can earn during
Sorry,
your work?
can you repeat this again?
What amount of money you can earn if you will work during your studies?
Okay, so normally in the UK, students earn, I mean, it depends on the job you do. Sometimes you can earn £9, £10 an hour. So if you get £10 an hour, it is enough for you to pay for your living costs.
There's English questions.
Yes, so any other questions? I think there is no open questions. If there is, I mean, we have left our contact details as well. You can contact Nova Education for more information, or you can always contact Oxford Vision as well for more information. If you'd like to speak to us, you can always do that.
Если у вас остались какие-то вопросы, можете уже связаться с Nova Education или Oxford Vision напрямую. Контакты оставлены в чате.
Yes, I think there is only one open question in Russian, which okay. So I think this is all. If there is no any extra question, thank you so much. I think there is one more.
What is the tuition fee? It's asking again.
The tuition fee, it depends on the university and the program. So it's really unfair for me to give a specific information now, because it depends on what you want to study and where you want to study, and all the things are different in universities. That's why if you're interested, just contact us. So I think there is no more questions. So thank you everyone for attending today. It was a very productive session, and hopefully I would like to hear more from you soon. And I would like to thank for Nova Education for inviting us to this event. Yes, thank you. If there is anything else that you are requesting, I am more than happy to help. But if there is nothing more, so we can end the presentation.